All right, gentlemen,
We here.
we live.
We're live.
All right, so we live. We on Facebook. We got 7 folks already on. Going 8 folks already on. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and and share with the community, what this is all about. So let me welcome everybody first off who is joining us on Facebook Live. We're happy to have everybody with us. And first thing I'm going to do is let me first have introductions so that everybody knows kind of who we are and what's going on. So can you guys introduce yourselves, please?
I'll go. You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Go ahead and start, Jared.
All right. My name's Jared Klinger. I'm the GM down at Liberty Tap Room down in Exeter. Basically, I wanted to get involved in this because I've been pretty much in the people industry and the service industry pretty much my whole adult life. I've owned several businesses. Well, 2 businesses. I had a DJ business that I had for 10 years. Employed, local people too. Had people working for me and did a lot of stuff locally. And I just kind of got bored with that, and I wanted to try something else. And I opened up a pretzel and ice cream place, and unfortunately that didn't work out. I had my location kind of kicked me in the butt, but you live and you learn. It was an expensive lesson, but I linked up with the guys down there at Liberty Tap Room. So now I'm down there. And again, I just basically got into it because I've been in this industry. I see, I love people. I love helping people when I can. Just an all-around people person, man. And I was looking for something to do when this first happened. I'm like, man, what can I do? What can we do to help some people out? And I was going to do it earlier in the game, and it kind of fell to the wayside. And then lo and behold, Johnny Vasquez hit me up on Messenger and was like, what can we do to help some people out? I'm like, man, we should really do something for the service industry. There's a lot of people out of work, there are a lot of people struggling. So he kind of planted the seed again, and we kind of rolled with it. I reached out to that's when he reached out to you, Mike, and Eric was we reached out to Eric as well, and kind of got the ball rolling. And it was a little bit of a process at first, but now it's been running pretty smooth, and we're really excited about it. Rachel Romig too, from Greater Reading Chamber Alliance, she came to us. I reached out to her, and she hooked us up with this idea. They're doing it. I believe they're doing it in Philly, I think, Pittsburgh, Westchester, bunch of other places. But yeah, really excited to be involved. It's super easy, and it's donations that go right to the person, right to the people in the industry, and it's real cash in real time. So it's legit. I'm super excited, and yeah, man. I'm
that's cool.
Glad to be on this journey with you guys.
Absolutely. So Eric, I know everybody knows you already, but why don't you go ahead and just share with everybody who you are, what you represent, and why you wanted to be a part of what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, everybody? Facebook, what's going on? Everybody, some people know me, some people know I'm Eric Rodriguez, owner and operator.
Did we lose Eric?
Froze up a little bit.
Eric froze up on us. All right, well, Johnny, why don't you go ahead and go ahead and introduce yourself, since we'll try to get Eric. Eric, are you back with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. You froze up on us, but go ahead.
Okay, I don't know where I was at.
Start from the top, baby.
All right, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I got you. You're with us.
All right, what's up, everybody? Eric Rodriguez. I'm owner and operator of Mike and Joe's Barbershop on Schuylkill Avenue in Reading. Mike and Joe's is one of the longest running barbershops in the city. But everybody knows someone in the service industry who has been taking a hit from this whole pandemic, and it's been tough. It's been brutal, and I just want to be the voice for the barbers because I want everybody to know what barbers are going through right now. If a barber is not behind his chair, he's not making any money, point blank. I mean, they've tried everything. They've tried all the unemployments, the SBAs. I mean, no one, I can't, honestly, myself, I can't even name a barber who's gotten anything. And I know tons of barbers. They're just barbers sitting by the sidelines, and they're just, some are waiting, Some got tired of waiting, but they're not making a red cent. And and me being a part of Reading, I love Reading. I'm about Reading. That's what I do. I am Reading. Um, I just want to do something. And when you guys came up with this idea, I mean, I was all over it. This is a really cool concept, a great idea. And once everyone gets to feel and you explain exactly how this works, Mike,
Right.
it's an opportunity for everybody. I mean, why not be a part of something so big like this? And if people have love for you and they believe in your business, people are going to help.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, the fact that I think we came up with a concept here, like you said, not everybody's going to be able to get that, that real stimulus. Okay, but here we're putting together what I like to call community stimulus. It's ideas from the community. We're coming together so that we can help each other out. And at the end of the day, that's how we can have the collective impact that I think we all want for our brothers and sisters in the service industry. So we'll continue to talk about that. Thank you for sharing, Eric. So Johnny, the elder statesman of the crew. So introduce yourself, and again, what you've been up to, and again, you originated this. You started this all. You reached out, and so introduce yourself and talk to us about how this came to be and why you wanted to lead an effort like this.
Well, I'll tell you what, that plan, that seed was planted a long time ago when I was raised. That was something that we've always talked about in my family, which is helping out, reaching out to people, helping your community, and being civic. You know what I mean? And that's what it's really all about, helping people that are in need. I'll tell you what, I saw Eric posting up things on his social media about how his barbers were struggling. Some of them were actually going on welfare and things like that. And that kind of really got me thinking about, wow, there's a lot of people out here that are struggling right now in the service industry, not only barbers, beauticians, bartenders, DJs, waitresses. A lot of people are out of work. Some of them are surviving off $100 a week unemployment. They're not getting stimulus checks. Some of them aren't getting anything. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know the ups and downs about it. All I know is that they need help. And I'm not really a plumber. You don't want me to come paint your house, Mike. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I can certainly speak to records, right? So that's how I help. And so I thought about it. I thought it would be as simple as just me going live on Facebook, setting up a page, a fundraising page. And I thought about, hey, we could do it live from Liberty Tap Room. And that's when I called Jared. But as you know, when you start to raise money like that, we've already saw DJs being cut off of Facebook and Instagram for playing copyrighted music. Now we're going to bring money into that whole mix. So now it's like it became a little bit more complicated, if you will. Now, when we reached out to you, Mike, you were kind enough. You saw the big picture, and you said you'd love to get behind us. And glad you did, because we really need somebody like you and your organization to get behind this, because we can't do it without you. And when Jared reached out to Rachel, and she brought that whole virtual tip jar into the whole mix, my gosh. So here we go. We started with this small idea, and now we have this really, really big unified front. And I can't even imagine, I'm thinking, how much money can we help these people raise? Hopefully it's a lot. This concept of a virtual tip jar, I've never heard of it before, but the fact that you can donate directly to the person, that money doesn't go to Mike, it doesn't come to me, it doesn't go to Jared or Eric, it goes right to the person that you want it to go to. So who knows how many people will go and actually tip that person that they could make enough money to maybe pay rent that month. So it's a really great concept, and not only for this particular pandemic that we're going through, but in the future, this could be something where we could raise money for people in need. One story that comes to mind is the lady with 4 children, their house burned down. We're trying to raise money for her. This might be a way to help people, and for me, it's a no-brainer. I spin records for 2 hours, what I love to do anyway. I get to raise money, help people. It's a no-brainer for me. So that's kind of like him about in a nutshell. There's a lot of technical stuff. I've been up literally for about a week. Like I'm going on 2-3 hours sleep a night, because the technical side of this is very, very complicated. And it's not just, see, on Facebook and Instagram, you hit a switch and you go live. Not here. You have to go through a third-party software program. You have to have licenses in place. There's a lot of technical things that are going behind this. And like you and Mike, and
Oh,
we got to do it right.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, you know,
Right. If we're gonna,
go ahead,
I'm
Johnny.
sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say that we just had to make sure that when we do this, that we do it correctly, we do it the right way. Eric, Jared, we all have reputations in this community that we like to keep, you know?
Yeah.
So this is a really great way to raise money. People know where it's going. And Mike and I aren't going to the casinos on Saturday with it. You know what I mean? So
That
this
ain't happening. That ain't
is a
happening.
great opportunity to raise money for the people.
But
That's
you know
what
what?
this is about. And I'll leave it at that because I can talk about it forever.
Yeah, no, and then, look, let me tell you. So at this point right now on Facebook, we have 16 people who are watching. For those people who are on Facebook who are watching, right now, the best thing that you could do is start sharing, this live stream with everybody in your network, because everybody in your network has a barber, knows somebody that does nails, someone, a bartender, a waiter or waitress that definitely wants to know about what we've put together to help them. I mean, this initiative truly is about helping those in the service industry who are struggling right now, who are hurting right now. So again, those on Facebook that are listening to us live, thank you for joining us. Again, you're going to hear an announcement about the virtual tip jar, Reading's first ever virtual tip jar. And again, I'm so pleased to join these three gentlemen, on this journey. As Johnny and Eric and Jared talked about, we just wanted to, what could we do? We all have a role to play. What could we do to help our folks in the easiest possible way? And, Rachel at the chamber really came through with this concept, called the virtual tip jar. And quite simply, the virtual tip jar is an opportunity for individuals, anybody that wishes to give a tip to someone in the service industry. You can do so virtually. Okay, and we're going to provide you the access to be able to do that. We as a collective, the four of us, all we are is a bridge to be able to connect those that want to give to those that need help. So number one, the thing that's very important, no one on this, this group, okay, that's not in the service industry, let me say that, is going to receive funds. Now, obviously, Eric is in the industry, so obviously, he has the ability to, to put himself out there on that list, and if people want to support Ken. But there's no money or no cut going to the Hispanic Center, going anywhere else. This is straight dollars that want to be given to people who need it. So I think that's very important to share up front, okay? We wanted this to be clean. We wanted this to be no hands on in the cookie jar, in the tip jar, and this is the best way to do it. So I think that's important for everyone to know. So again, that's the first and foremost what I want to put out there. Again, thank you for those following on Facebook. We're up to 34 now. So again, those 34 who are watching, we're asking you to please reach out and share this live stream with the folks that follow you on your Facebook pages. Everybody knows people who are struggling, bartenders, barbers, DJs that need help. We're going to show them how to get that help tonight. They got to be on this live feed so they can get the information that we're going to put out there for them. Okay. So thank you so much. So gentlemen, let's talk about how the industry has been affected, by the coronavirus, how people are hurting. So Jared, why don't you start off? Talk to us about how the waiters and waitresses, the bartenders, talk about how much they depend on them tips and how they're hurting right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it, man. This is basic. Bartender, servers, they live on their tips. They have a very low hourly wage that they get paid, and I mean, most of their money comes from tips. So they're definitely struggling. We have, We have single mothers that work for me. You know, all types of backgrounds, all walks of life. So yeah, it's definitely it's a tip-oriented business. So they're not able to make the money. You know, they are if they're collecting, but still, you know, every little bit helps. They're not going to be able to collect as much because their rate is so low. So yeah, definitely that's it, man. The tips and the fact that this can go directly to the person is where it's at. I'm so excited about that. And like you said, we want it to be clean and we don't have to worry about anything. But now, like you said, people have to sign up for this. We're pumping up the tires on the bike. Y'all got to ride it home now.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know what I mean? We're putting the air into the float. You got to go with it. So even people watching now, you can share this right now. If you start sharing it now as a watch party to your friends. So yeah, if you're on watching with us right now, just start watch parties up, and that will start getting more people involved too.
No, you're right.
Can
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
through that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just everybody. Yeah, I know. And Eric's the same way. Being a barber, he relies on tips, and that's a big part of his income. And you know, it's lacking right now. We're doing takeout, but you know, when we're a high volume joint, we're used to being busy. So that you know, we're trying to keep everybody's morale up too. So that's not always easy either. So
Right.
I'm a positive cat. I'm always trying to, you know, keep everybody happy and all that kind of stuff and do my part. But
Sure.
this is awesome. I'm
So,
I'm ecstatic.
Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. So Eric, talk to us about the barbers out there, you know, how it's affecting them, the young cats that just started in the industry. I mean, just, you know, you see it every day. You're hearing from the barbers. What are they telling you?
Yeah, well, you know, one thing I got to do from this whole pandemic thing is man, I've been really working one-on-one with barbers. You know, just I've been on my phone a lot. I'm charging it every I charge it 3-4 times a day. But I have an opportunity to work with new young barbers, me being in the industry so long now, and helping them through this, because there's barbers that are just starting off and now they're ready to give up. They're like, dude, I think I'm just gonna do something else. I'm like, man, you just spent all this money on this education. Now you got to follow through. Don't give up now. You know, I've been doing this forever. This is the first time this ever happened. You know, it might not happen. It might happen one more time. It might never happen again. But, you know, these young barbers right now, they're struggling. No one expected this to happen. I mean, we can all agree on that. And no one knew this was going to happen. And no one was prepared for it. And just like I'm pretty sure DJs and bartenders and, you know what I mean, no one's getting anything. I mean, like I said earlier, barbers are not getting anything. Beauticians are not getting anything. I mean, if we are not behind our chairs, we are not making money. Point blank. That's it. Unless you got another hustle, another way of making money, you're not making any money. So this is an opportunity for all barbers to just, once you tell everyone how to create their profile, this is an opportunity for barbers to be blessed by people who love them, care about them. There might be people that might bless you that don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, I'm going to be on there, but I'm going to, whatever I take in, I'm splitting it with my barbers. I have it's me and 3 other barbers, and I refuse to take that. Whatever it is, I'm going to divide it by 4, and we're just going to split that. I'm going to break bread with my barbers because I know my barbers are going through it right now. I mean, I talk to them on a daily basis, and I talk to a lot of barbers on a daily basis, and they hit me up and they're like, yo, E, when we going back? Yo, E, like, I have the inside scoop. I don't know when we're going back. You know, now I hear June 8th, then I hear June 10th. Somebody told me July 1st. Could you imagine if these barbers and these beauticians and these tattoo artists and whatever it is, could you imagine if they don't go back to work till July 1st, bro?
Wow.
They could possibly lose everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why this is so important, you know, and that's why now is the time to do something like this, a virtual tip jar that will allow, you know, clients or members of the community, like you talked about, that are willing and interested in wanting to help, you know, can help now, can do their part now. And, you know, that's why we're doing this. So thank you. Let me take a moment to shout out some folks who are who are watching us now. You know, we're up to 40 people watching us live, but
Watch party.
Yep.
we're up to 10 shares. So
Ooh.
10 shares plus 40 people watching. So we definitely getting a lot of exposure here. But I want to thank some people. Judy Rojas, thank you for being. Aurora Acevedo, thank you. Johanny Cepeda, always showing love. You know, Johanny's an absolute warrior. You know, Councilwoman Cepeda Freitas, thank you for all that you're doing. And you know, you can count on the Centro as we continue to do things to move our community forward. And, you know, again, Maria Laboy, thank you for joining us. Yohelio Ortiz, Ashley Ramos, Laura Boyer, again, thank you all. Again, whoever's out there, do the watch parties. Let's get folks out there watching to learn a little bit more about the virtual tip jar initiative that we're happy to kick off today here in Reading. Johnny, talk about how DJs are being affected. I mean, I think it's important. You know, again, we're all talking service industry, but everybody's affected differently. How are DJs being affected by the coronavirus and the pandemic?
Well, you know what? I'll start with radio. Radio has been gutted. I mean, it's bleeding profusely. I think they just recorded a $19 billion loss, layoffs across the board, terminations, restructuring. I mean, it's devastated the radio industry. I don't even know, I don't even know when the radio industry will come back from that. Honestly, I don't know if they will, but they definitely took a big hit. DJs, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the DJs that are on the radio, some of them get paid minimum wage, or they just get paid a small snippet to be on the radio station. They depend on that money that they make spinning at clubs and weddings and things like that. So a lot of them have been hit hard. A lot of them obviously aren't working. I myself am laid off. I got a 90-day furlough. I was doing like maybe 2 clubs, maybe 3 appearances a month in Philly. All that's done, gone. So yeah, I mean, it's devastated a lot of DJs out there. And, you know, I'm a little bit fortunate. I'm an older guy. You know, I have my full-time job and stuff like that. So, you know, I'll survive hopefully. But there's some people out there that don't have anything to fall back on, nowhere to go, nothing to do. And in fact, now that I'm on that subject, any DJs out there that are interested in learning about this format I'm on, it's totally legit. You don't get cut off. Facebook, Instagram have nothing to do with it. And we'll talk about that more, and the links and all that will be in the information Mike sends out. But you can certainly hit me up if you want to learn more about this, or talk about monetizing the channels and things of that nature. So this might be an avenue for you to make some money. But yeah, in a nutshell, radio industry has been devastated. DJs are not working, and you know, hopefully we can raise some money for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, again, I want to thank everybody joining us. We're up to 50 people who are watching live. Again, thank you, Noel D'Adamio joining, Javi Garcia, Kim Kalbach. Hey, Kimmy, how are you, dear? So again, we're here today to introduce the virtual tip jar. And so people might be asking, you know, what's the virtual tip jar? You know, what is that all about? Again, it is actually a concept that has been spreading across the country. And, you know, its focus is real simple. It's an opportunity for us to be able to support those in the service industry who rely on tips as a great part of their income. Waiters, waitresses, barbers, DJs, you know, bartenders. You know, these folks over the last month and a half have had their incomes completely shut down. And who knows when we'll be able to reopen again. So, you know, this concept of virtual tip jars was introduced to us by Rachel Ronig from the chamber. And she reached out to Jared. Jared reached out to her. They talked. She said, hey, here's a concept that may work for us here. It's working across the country. And we looked at it. We reviewed it, wanted to make sure it was legit. And after kicking the tires, this was a great way to go. This virtual tip jar concept that we're going to introduce tonight, where individuals who want to, number one, let's start with the service, folks in the service industry. If you're a barber, if you do nails, if you're a waiter, waitress, DJ, if I'm missing anyone, please let me, tattoo artist, I heard, if you're in the service industry, okay, and you're looking for some support, we have created we're going to create a Google form that will allow you to click a link, and you're going to be able to put your information out there, your name, who you work for, or is your business still is closed, open, and if you have, you got to help me out here because I'm old here, guys. What's it called? Cash apps, Venmo accounts, PayPal. You got to set up. You got to set up a Cash App. All right. So you got to set up some sort of Cash App, which most of you already maybe have. So you need to set up a Cash App. Okay. Once you have set up on our virtual tip jar, then anyone in the world can click onto the link. And if they see your name and they see your Cash App username, they can go directly to you. They can send a tip, virtual tip your way, cash in your Cash App, so that you have dollars. It's that simple. It's that easy. Okay. So that's the concept of the virtual tip jar. So now, in terms of, I'm going to ask you guys again, if you could talk through it a little bit more, and from your perspective, what is the virtual tip jar going to mean to the folks in your industry? While you're doing that, I'm going to try to get set up, because I'm going to try to share my screen so I can show our folks what the forms are going to look like. Okay. So who wants to talk a little bit about what the virtual tip jar, how it could impact folks in your industry?
I guess we all can kind of touch on it. We've been been touching on it so far, and yeah, I mean, it's major. Again, everybody in 90% of the industry, as far as bartenders and waitresses and servers, they rely on tips. If they're not getting tips, they're not eating. They're not paying their rent. They're not paying their mortgage. Their car note. So this is major. I mean, it's definitely something. I hope everybody starts sharing and lets everybody know, let all their friends know in the service industry, let everybody know what's going on. Again, share those watch parties, but yeah, it's definitely, it's great. It's going to do a lot of good things for a lot of good people. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it. I'll pass the ball down to Eric there, if he can touch on it.
Yeah. This is for my fellow barbers, and I'm not only speaking about barbers. I have a lot of friends that are like beauticians too, like Laura Boyer's watching, and these people in the industry, you have to whether they do 25 haircuts one week or they do 75 haircuts one week. What I gotta say is, right now they're doing nothing. So like right now, trust me, man. I wish it was a way I could show you some of my inboxes, some of my messages. I just been like helping people through this, and honestly, I've never gone through this, but if I can give them encouraging words, and help them out, and keep them positive, that's one thing. But right now is the opportunity. Now I'm going to speak on behalf of barbers, but all you fellas that go to the barber shop and you guys love your barber, and your barber's always there for you when you hit him up and he says, yeah, I got you Thursday at 11. Yeah, I got you Saturday at 1. Now's a perfect opportunity to show love back to them. You know what I mean? When they create, if they create a tip jar, I don't care who it is. And it don't have to be part of my team. It could be barbers, any barber that you have to let them know about this Reading tip jar. They have to create a profile so that they can get tipped. So if you know someone, and let's just say you're deep down inside, your barber is struggling right now. He's not really cutting nobody. Maybe he's cutting 1 or 2 people in his house just to make ends meet. Maybe just listen. I've already dealt with barbers that told me flat out, yo, E, I had to do a haircut today so that I can get my family like a pizza and some soda tonight. Yo, you know how terrible that is to hear? Because we in Berks County here, we're on day 54. 54 days. Can you imagine 54 days without getting a red cent. So now's the time to show love to your barber, your beautician, them people that are always taking care of you. You go to Jared's bar, you go sit in the same spot. That bartender shows you love. You know what I mean? Johnny V spinning on the radio. You know, all these DJs. Yo, right now is a good time. Whether you send them $5 or $10, you know, we're not working. They can use it. They need it, and you're working. It's, you know, now I'm all about blessing people. So like, if you know, I'm gonna I'm gonna jump on the Reading tip jar and bless people myself. You know what I mean? That's just I just love spreading the love. I've been blessed, so I like to bless back.
No, I appreciate that. In terms of just the impact that we can have, I mean, think about it. I don't know, so you're gonna have to help me out, Eric. What is a typical customer, a barber? How many clients does a typical barber have? 50 clients, 100 clients?
Like right now, like I was looking through my client list because I was trying to send out a mass email to let them know that I haven't received the word yet on when we're going back. And like clients that I have that are regulars and they whether they come in every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, I think I have like 340.
All right. So,
Wow.
so let's just say 300. I mean, so if 300 of your clients, were able to help you out, with an average $5, $5 tip, that's $1,500, to help support you, that you said you're going to share with your, with your shop to help
Yeah.
you, with the young cats who are up and coming, that maybe don't have 300 clients, that are
Yes.
struggling. So, that's how you can multiply, the impact that you really can have, as it relates to, the virtual tip jar.
Mhm.
So no, I appreciate that. What I would like to do now, if I could, gentlemen, I'm gonna now, this is live, so we're flying by the seat of our pants, but I want to see if I can show everybody on Facebook Live and, what the virtual tip jar form is going to look like. When we're done here tonight, that link is a link that we're going to blow up. We're going to share with everybody. Everybody's going to get it. You're going to see it. It's going to be on Facebook. And again, we're asking everybody to send it out to all. But I want to show everybody what it's going to look like so you have an idea of what to expect. So, all right, so wish me luck here. I'm going to share screen and we're going to see what happens, okay? We going live here. We don't know what's going to happen. So let's see. Bam, here we go. So, we want to share that. Okay. So, can you guys see that? Are you guys, can you see this? Do you guys see the screen?
I don't.
Are you talking to me? Because I don't see it. No.
No, we just see the same as it's been.
Okay, so it's the same that it's been?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me see here. The computer's doing something funny on my end over here, but give me a second.
As long as the people on Facebook can see it, right?
Well, that's what I'm hoping, that the people on Facebook, you know what? I'm looking on Facebook, and since it's a delay, I don't know what they see. But so let's just keep talking at this point. And
Did we lose Mike?
Mike, I think we lost Mike. He'll be back.
Mikey,
Where you at?
we lost Mikey.
I think Mikey went to get a haircut.
I actually.
Well, you know what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, as far as the DJs and the people in the bar and club industry, I mean, no one's working. No one's collecting a check right now. So yeah, I'm not going to collect the red cent. I'm not putting my name on the list at all. I just want to help people, but definitely if there's people out there that definitely make sure that they get this information. I think Mike's chiming back in again.
Yeah, it says started screen sharing. So hopefully that comes through. There we go.
My screen froze on me, so I don't know. There goes something.
You see that?
Are you there? Can you guys hear me?
I can see it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can see it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too. So that was on for sure.
Is that a delay that he was talking about? I don't know.
It was probably the delay when he was, trying to share it, I guess.
Yo, well, anyway, the last time Mike was on, he said about 30, 40 people were watching. So if you take them 30, 40 people and start spreading the word, people, hey, listen, if you're a woman and your son gets a haircut at a barbershop, tell your son, hey, listen, hit up your barber. Hey, listen, hit up your beautician. Hey, listen, hit up your tattoo artist. Whoever it is. We got estheticians. We got girls who do lashes. I mean, there's so many people in the service industry, but they got to get on board and create a profile so that they can share it. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's like I was saying earlier, we're lead the horse to water, but they gotta drink the water. So I mean, it's super easy. Again, we'll have it out in a little bit, even if we can't really screen share it here. I also like to shout out my boy Zach DeSantis, who is real heavy in the local music scene. He actually has a Burke's open mic quarantine, where it's kind of like what we're doing, but it's with live musicians, and DJs get on there too. There's a bunch of DJs that get on there too, and they just same type of deal we're doing. They put up their PayPal, like they're just playing from their house. Like some of them guys are just like sitting in their basement, strumming on a guitar and singing to Facebook or whatever. But that's another thing I wanted to shout him out, because he actually started that from day one. Like that popped off right away. Like as soon as all this happened, he set that up, and he was in the Philly paper. The thing is blown up. I think there's like over 10,000 members now. It's insane. So it's
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. So I'll send
that.
you guys invites to that, but check that out too.
I've been watching that, Jared. I've been watching
right
it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Am I back, guys?
Hey, Mike.
All right, I'm back.
I
You're
hear
at the bottom.
So that was a commercial break. Like I said, we go live. It was a commercial break. What can I tell you? So I did look on Facebook. It actually, the screen did show up on Facebook. So, but what we'll do is, again, after we're done with our live feed, we're gonna put a Facebook post. We're gonna put the link on. Okay, the link is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, Eric, do you want to just, since you did it already, do you want to share the process for our folks on how they would sign up to be a part of it?
Yeah, this is when Mikey told me all about this. When Mike told me all about this, I said to myself, man, this might be complicated. That link is probably the easiest thing I ever seen in my life. All you do is put your name, where you work at, put yes or no if you're closed because of the pandemic, and then your choice. You can put all of them. You can put your Venmo link, your PayPal link, or your Cash App link, and then submit the form, and that's all you do. It is super simple.
Correct. And once you do that, that information is saved. You're locked in. Okay. It cannot be changed. Okay. So if somebody asked me, they said, well, Mike, if I put my information out there, what could prevent some client from coming a Venmo account to theirs? They can't do it. They don't have privileges. They cannot. No one can go in and edit or change any information. Only you can put in your information. So rest assured, your information is secure, can't be changed by anybody. That's important for everybody to know, okay? So one thing we will be doing, and that's where, my brothers come in, because they know better than I do. They know people in the service industry. We're going to be checking the names every day. Every day we're going to be checking names that are going to be put on there to make sure they're in the service industry. So if I see, Fulano Torres, and I know that brother work at East Penn and is not in the service industry, that name coming off, So, you know, I will make sure.
And we're calling East Penn too.
Yeah, my boy,
Take the
boy-
people's money.
my boy's a boss at East Penn. I will verify your name.
So we're going to verify, make sure everybody's cool. And so that's number one. So the first thing we need for everybody that's following us on Facebook, for everybody that's been listening, that sees the post that we're going to put tonight, please share it with everyone. Everyone knows a barber, a waiter, their favorite waitress. You know, everyone knows somebody that could use some love right now and some support. You need to share it with them, because the sooner they can put their name on the virtual tip jar, then the sooner anyone around the world could come in, look, and give a tip on their virtual tip jar. Okay, so we need our service industry folk to get on the list, to put themselves out there, so that they get a chance to get donations. Once folks get on that list, the next thing you need to do is you need to share that you're a part of the virtual tip jar, that you're a part of Reading's virtual tip jar, that you would appreciate any support they could provide you. You know, again, it's up to you at this point to reach out to your family, your friends, your customers. Let them know that you have this set up and that you would welcome and appreciate any support they could provide you. You don't know what people are willing to do unless you ask. You know, it's that simple. I mean, coming from somebody that's worked 10 years in the nonprofit space, you know, and for the work that we do at the Hispanic Center, you know, I'm out asking every day. I'm out asking for support all the time. And again, you know, you're not going to receive anything unless you put that ask out there. So again, make the asks. For people who are watching who don't work in the service industry but want to give, you know, again, you click on the link, you see who's on that list, and support. If you don't know anyone on that list, but you are interested in just supporting the cause, the Hispanic Center will set up a general account. If people just want to give to the general account because maybe their favorite you know, waiter or waitress is somebody that's not from Reading, from Berks County, but you appreciate the service industry and you just want to give a donation, those will go into a general account. And then, you know, we will just look to, once we receive a certain amount, we'll distribute that out, you know, so everybody gets something equally. Okay. So again, there should be no reason why we don't have hundreds of bartenders, waitresses, bartenders. If you're in Reading and you're not working and you're in the service industry, why would you not want to be a part of the virtual tip jar? It's for you all. Anything you guys want to add to what I shared? Am I missing anything?
I think
Yeah.
this spot. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, I think it's good. I think Johnny should let everybody know about the what we're doing on the 16th there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna talk about that now.
But Johnny got to do it like in his radio voice.
Hey, it's Eric. Actually, I think it's very important that we let people know this, that the link is. Hey, it's Eric.
Oh, is Eric frozen? I mean, was Johnny?
Johnny?
Back.
All right, you're back, brother. Go ahead, Johnny.
I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what happened there.
It's all good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Go ahead.
What I want to make sure people understand is that this is not a Facebook page or an Instagram page. It's a live DJ mix page link. So we will be on Facebook and Instagram until they take us off, I guess. But you will be asked to go to that link, and there will be no interruptions. We can play whatever we want. We can play any requests you have, and you don't have to worry about it being shut off. But Facebook and Instagram will be used to promote that link, but it will be that link that you need to hit in order to stay on the party the entire time.
Absolutely. So, you know, again, you know, the timeline for this really is open-ended, but just to give our
There
folks
we go. I'm sorry.
The folks who are following us on Facebook, again, thank you to everybody on Facebook. Again, we're being viewed by hundreds of folks. We got 35 people watching us live, up to 50, but we have all these watch parties and shares. So thank you so much. But the reality is this: tonight, after we're done with our Zoom meeting here at 9 o'clock, by 9:15, this link is going to be out there. And then it's up to everybody to share it, put it out there, and encourage your folks in your networks to participate, okay? To put their name out there, all right? So that starts tonight. Once the names are out there, people can start giving. So let's do that right away, all right? Then through the week, you'll be seeing Facebook posts from all of us encouraging people to give. You're going to see this in the media. Again, we already got word that the Reading Eagle is going to publish a story on it. The BCTV, WFMZ. So this is going to be out there. You're going to see it everywhere. Okay. So we're going to encourage people to give. And then as a little celebration, one weekend, next Saturday, Johnny's going to do a live remote. Again, Johnny's going to be sharing that link, a special link from the tap room that Jared for a day was the general manager.
The owner.
The owner / general manager.
Now
No,
I'm
the
back to
manager.
general manager.
But Johnny's going to be going live from the tap room on next Saturday from 6 to 8. And just as a celebration to say, you know, we 1 week into the virtual tip jar, we'll give people updates. Johnny will be doing his thing, you know, and again, it's just, you know, it's a celebration. You know, it's community helping community. If we take anything away from this, it goes to show you that we don't have to go outside for help. We can help each other. And we're showing that today. I mean, we got 4 cats that born and raised here in Reading, all took different roads, but we all ended up in the same place. We're here. We're helping out. We're trying to do our part. And we're asking everybody to join us. We're asking everybody to do their part to help support our brothers and sisters in the service industry. Johnny, am I missing anything or anything you want to add as it relates to your live remote?
No, no. I mean, we're gonna have a good time, man. I'm gonna do some 70s, man. Disco's making a comeback. We're gonna rock some disco. I'll play whatever they want to hear. You know, I'm playing everything. It's open format, rock, salsa, bachata, reggaeton. We're gonna play it all, hip hop, classic rock, whatever you guys want to hear. It's just really important that we include the information for the link and all that information, and people have it. And it's going to be a great thing. It's going to be and once again is another way to continue. We can continue to use this format to raise money and help people. So, yeah.
Excellent. No, that sounds good. So, you know, guys, we got 10 minutes left. Again, we're going to put the link, you know, out there shortly. So again, I'm asking everybody to share it, but I want to take these 10 minutes, if I could, gentlemen, to let's have courageous conversation with our people, okay? This COVID-19 coronavirus is running rampant in our community, okay? In the city of Reading, the COVID, the positive tests are absolutely blowing up. In 2 zip codes, 19604, 19601, there are over 500 plus positive cases of the virus, okay? People are dying. Family members are dying. I had members of the Centro Hispano extended family who passed away this week. Guys, we need to do our part, okay? We need to the Latino community, the people who live in the city of Reading, please, we got to practice social distancing. We got to wash our hands. We got to wear our masks when we go outside. We got to do the things we need to do to stop the spread of this virus. People want to get back. Everybody wants to get back to normal, but it ain't going to happen if people continue to go out and are disrespecting everybody else by not wearing masks, by going out and having parties and so forth and so on. I'm asking people, please, I'm imploring people, please do the right thing by your kids, by your grandparents, by the ones that you love. Please practice social distancing, wear masks. If you need a mask, call the Centro Hispano. I'll get you a mask. Okay. I mean, we have to do the right thing if we want to get back to normal. Anybody want to share anything, you know, to share with our people how important this is?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it, man. You pretty much hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
So,
I'll add something, man. Like, when I don't know if you guys saw the Mike Toledo invited me to the Centro Hispano to do the press conference, and I thought that was really awesome, man. That I got to tell my part of the story about the whole COVID. But I was one of those guys that, you know, when I first heard about it, I'm like, you know, that's not serious, man. I don't want to hear about that. And then, you know, and then I started seeing these numbers just raise and go higher and higher, and more people sick, and I was like, wow, this is getting real. Then I saw the NBA cancel the season, and then you knew things were really getting real. But when it really affected me is when I lost a great client, a client that I've been servicing for over 17 years on a weekly basis. Only 30 years old. He was just a great guy, and he lost his life to the COVID. I mean, it was tough. His family is still going through it to this day. I mean, he was the backbone of the family, you know, and he was practicing social distancing, and he worked at DECA for 11 years. He thought he was doing everything right, but you know, this thing is like a silent killer. You know, you don't really know you have it for days later. And you know, I lost a great friend, and my Fridays will, you know, they won't be the same anymore without seeing him every Friday come into the barbershop. He was just a friendly guy. I mean, he walked in and shook everyone's hand, and he told jokes, and he knew everything about music. Johnny, this kid knew everything about music. He would come in, and I'm like, yo, D, give me what's hot on Spotify, and I give him my phone. I would give him my phone, and he'll download all the hot stuff for me, man. And just an all around great individual, man. And you know, and when I got that phone call, man, it devastated me. Like, and you know, and I did what I could for the family, and could you imagine losing someone right now? You can only have 10 people at the viewing or at the funeral.
Mm.
You know, that's tough in itself. And then, you know, then the family hit me up to give him his farewell haircut, and that was even deeper, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I went to the funeral home and gave him his last haircut, and you know, and that's when I realized, man, all right, now it's time to take this thing serious. And man, I was wearing my man. I mean, after that, everything changed. Everything changed, Mike. Everything changed after that.
No, I appreciate you sharing, Eric. I mean, again, the reality is, you know, it is killing our people. Our people are running around with positive tests. And again, you know, it just goes to show you how important it is for us to be able to help each other and do the right things by our families, by our communities, by our people. You know, again, the people in the city, we have to support one another. We got to help one another. And I just ask everyone to please do their part. If you have questions about COVID or anything like that, the Centro Hispano is open. You can call us. You say, oh, not open to come to the Centro, but our phone number, call us. We'll answer any questions. You know, this is the first time we're doing this Zoom meeting, Facebook Live. And again, by all accounts, except for the commercial, this was a huge success. I think we could maybe do more of these, maybe weekly, and keep our community engaged, keep our community involved. They're hearing it straight from us. They're not hearing it from the talking heads on TV, and we can keep it real and help bring our community together. Because again, we got to come together with a community package, community stimulus to support one another. And you know, so that's what it's all about. You know, again, we are up against it. You know, my Zoom meeting was for an hour and a half, so we probably got about 3 minutes left. So I'm gonna wrap this up for us if I can, unless there's anybody got any last minute comments they want to make before I close us out.
Did we touch on the time for Johnny's remote?
6 to 8.
I say remote. I mean, your live feed.
Yeah, live feed 6 to 8. on Saturday. Again, we're going to put the link out there for everybody to see, everybody to share. Again, it's going to be a community convening event, a virtual community convening event on Saturday, 6 to 8. Again, the link that we send out is in English and in Spanish. So
Next Saturday.
for our Spanish speaking brothers and sisters, again, know that again they're able to participate as well. I got my wife, telling me stuff. She's saying, Johnny, she said, yeah, John, tell Johnny to say it in Spanish. You do the long straw. So, no, anyway, so listen, everybody, I want to thank everybody for being on. Again, Johnny, thank you for bringing us all together with this wonderful idea. Eric, Jared, thank you for what you do in the community, for being a part of this. Again, I tell everybody that I come in contact with, we only as strong as the team we have around us. We can't do it ourselves in a vacuum. It takes a collective. And I appreciate being a part of this with you, brothers. Again, we're going to put that link out tonight. And again, community, let's come together. Service, sign up for the virtual jar. This is for you. Okay, we're doing this for you. So on behalf of Johnny, Eric, Jared, myself, the Centro Hispano family, thank you for being with us tonight. Look out for the link. Give me 50 minutes. We'll put it out there on Facebook and we go live. All right?
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
bud.
Jared.
One more thing to add, just that we are open for, I just want to let people know both locations are open for takeout 7 days a week from 11:30 to 8 o'clock. So we're down at Liberty Tap Room, 11:30 to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. For takeout beer, takeout food. The menu's on. We also do delivery dudes. So you can call up delivery dudes. They'll deliver it to you if you don't want to come physically come down to the location. As well as our Lancaster Avenue location. And they have one in Allentown, but I don't know the address of that or any of that, but I believe they're open at the same time as well. So I just want to let people know that we are open and,
there you go. Straight from the general manager.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, guys, listen. What's up, John?
I just want to say thank you to everybody. It started out as a small thing. It's exploded. This is going to be amazing. You guys are amazing. Everyone out there, share this. Everyone watching and listening, you're amazing too. We love you guys. And thank you very much.
Absolutely. Nothing but love for everybody. Again, we need each other. Let's do this. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, fellas. Have a great night.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye now.